I have been trying to understand perspective, one point, 2 point, and 3 point perspective, and I'm starting to understand, but I still feel like it's this very rigid principle that I can't relate to the scenes that I'm imagining. So what I want to do is go through, I have my only two like adult comics because I have lots of comics for my kids. And I have these Rambo prequels. So this one is First Blood, which is about Rambo and his first, him going to war and how that started. And then this one is a new kind of war. And this one's about Troutman, who trains Rambo. And this is about Troutman's first start in war, I believe. It's been a little bit since I read it. But I learned about these from Critical Drinker, and he wrote the story for A New Kind of War. And I couldn't pass up a Rambo prequel. And so we're going to look at some of the panels in these, and I'm going to tell you which perspective I think it is. And I also have a bunch of pictures from magazines, and my plan is to put a little number in the corner of the screen, so that way if you think that the perspective I think it is incorrect, then you can tell me which picture it is, and then we can you can help me understand better which one it actually is. So I'm going to have to hold the phone to try to film this, and I will try not to be too shaky. These two I think are pretty easy because they're a room, they're already set in a square. So it's a 2-point perspective because it's at eye level, and I guess it could have a little bit of 3-point because you could have a point down lower that these go to. But I think mainly it's 2-point. And this one, same thing with 2-point. And the same thing. So when thinking of basic backgrounds for different panels, I think defaulting to a 2-point would probably be the way to go. Versus these, which I think are just straight on 1-point, because the lines are going, they're converging back this way. Which I think, yeah, which is the same this way. You got the line going there. But over here, over here on this shelf, I'll try to zoom in. This is actually more of a 2-point. But it's, oh no, it's still 1 because it's going towards the window. This is going towards the window, even though you're not looking straight on. With this one, you're looking straight on the sink in the window. This, I think, is a 1-point also, because we're going, I think this would be kind of the center vanishing point. And this kind, I can get rid of the glare, I don't know what this would be. Because I don't think there's any real lines. There's the depth because it's going away from you and everything's much smaller over here than it is obviously right in front, but I have no idea how you would use vanishing point if you're trying to recreate something like this. Okay, I think this is a 2-point because we have the kind of corner of this building here. And so the lines are going this way. And in the video I watched, the guy, I forgot his name, but he talks about how in real life, the terrain is not going to be perfectly flat. So in this case, the street is going down. It's not just a straight line. And I think that's something that's worth taking into inspiring backgrounds so that they are more realistic and less rigid. This one I think is a 2-point just because of the fence. But because this fence post comes right to you, I'm not sure if I'm right. What if it's a 1-point? And it's gonna go that way. Don't know. This is an obvious 3-point, at least pretty sure, because it has the kind of top down. We've got the 2 vanishing points going this way and this way. So we'd have one over here somewhere, and then this one would be over here somewhere. And then if you're looking at this guy, his head is larger than his feet, so he's coming down like this. And something like this, just a simple painting with a background, not necessarily simple, but there's no real obvious perspective here, so I don't know what this one would be. Because it seems like perspective is so much focused on building that I don't know how to apply it to situations where there's no building. But I really like this picture. It's cool. I really like how the pot is done. So simple, but it looks shiny. Oh, and this I think is just a straight on, but you wouldn't need any perspective for this kind of picture. And this one, I also don't think you'd need any perspectives. But maybe there are. Okay, now let's move on to the comics. Okay, we're going to start with First Kill. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, and here's all the people that worked on it. This is, I believe, a 1-point, but it's not very rigidly done. And then this, I think, is a 2-point, and also really nice, really pretty. I think this is a 1-point, but I'm not positive. But it looks like all of the desks are kind of converging to one point. Right here, this I think would be a 3-point, but it doesn't look like much perspective was done. It looks like a kind of a loose perspective. Oh, this one. This is, I'm pretty sure, a 1-point, which is so beautiful. I'm pretty sure this is a 1-point as well. And I really like how it's done at ground level. This one I think is a 2-point, but it could be a 1-point. I just think because this goes that way, that maybe it's 2-point, because it's not face on. So yes, I believe it would be 2-point. This one I was originally thinking of a 1-point, but I realized this isn't face on either. If it was over this way a little bit, looking straight between all these buildings down here, then it would be 1-point. So I think this is a 2-point. On to a new kind of wool, which it says right here by Jordan and Lowe. Names are difficult. So I like this one, which looked to be a 1-point. Going right toward that door. This one I only did 2 because this has a sketch in the back. That's cool. Super cool. So over here we have a kind of, this is either a 2 or a 3-point little establishing shot, and this art style is very interesting. It's somewhat low detail, but it has a lot of grit to it, which is very fitting for a war comic. Layouts by Kenneth, and here it has a little thumbnail, and you can see how he used circles. So cool. And then for the establishing shot, you can see he has drawn these perspective lines. So this does seem like a 2-point perspective because I don't see anything coming down. No third point down here or third point up here. I love it when comics have some of the rough sketches in the back. Oh, I will show you something in just a moment. This is my kids' book, Mal and Chad by Stephen McCraney. And this is the second one in the series, Food Fight. I ordered this from, what was it, Thrift Books? And I got a copy that shouldn't have been sold. And it is a uncorrected advanced Galaise for reviewing convenience. Cool. And it's pretty much finished. The regular, nice, come on, focus, nice, plain black and white. The last chapter or so are not completely finished, and it's so cool to see all the, just the rough sketch that he did for each of the panels. It's got his vicious lion. I really wish that I could get some more of these almost behind the scenes of how comics are done. It still looks so nice, even though it's just the rough sketches. This was fun. So let me know if you guys, if you agree or disagree with any of my thoughts on what kind of perspective it is, or if I don't know what perspective is, if you could let me know, that would be greatly helpful. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching. Bye.